Monday morning. She's done her meditation this morning with meditation with Marie. And look, it's raining. Well, it was raining, but the sunrise came out. It's cloudy, but that's okay. So we're putting our shoes on because we're doing beach walking, you know. If you've been following me or subscribing, whatever you want to call it. We're doing a 30k walk for mental health awareness. And so we have to do some training on sand because it's a 30k sand walk, which is about 22 miles if you're in miles. I'm in kilometres because I'm in Australia. G'day, mate. Crikey. Oh. So I keep my sand shoes in the car because they're just full of sand. That's why they're called sand shoes. Flip-flops on. Look at that, guys. Okay. We are getting our things together. We have a bucket because we're going to collect sea glass. Lock the car. And now it wants to rain again. All right. We might actually have to come back and get the umbrella out of the car. But we have to do a jumping for joy. Because look at this, guys. How beautiful is that? Even with clouds, the sun finds a way. I think there's some kind of irony in that. Is that the word? Irony? You know what I'm trying to say, right? Okay, so let's set the camera up. Oops, my bucket has fallen down. So I've been trying to use my bucket as a tripod, but it just falls down. So at least we've got the good old phone as a tripod. Just let me set this up. Okay. Let's set you up. You set up. There you go. Can't exactly see if you're seeing the right thing. All right. To be done. So it's raining. We still got a plane. 30 k's here will come, rain or shine. So, hey guys, I didn't expect anyone to be there. Hey guys, I'm Dora. Hey, I'm Dora. We are on Sutton's Beach in Redcliffe, which is in southeast Queensland in Australia. And it is starting to rain again, even though we did catch the sunrise. Look at that. Woo, so beautiful. All right, we might go get the umbrella because, you know, we're made of paper and we're precious like that. So let's just quickly go get an umbrella. Otherwise, you know, we'll get wet and then we'll get the flu and, you know, yada, yada, yada. And I've got like a week and a half till my 30k walk on sand is. So I can't get sick, right? One lady's already pulled out, actually. It's really sad. She's pulled out because she's got, her legs aren't, well, her, you know, it's not, she's been sick, so she hasn't been prepping very well. A whole lot of things. So she's put her daughter into the walk. So I'm walking with 3 other women. Oh, look, guys. Isn't that beautiful? So beautiful. So if you're watching this and you're in the Northern Hemisphere, Obviously, Australia's in the southern hemisphere. It's already Monday morning here. It's 6:44 a.m. on Monday morning, so I'm in your future. And guess what? The future's so bright, you might even need shades. But today we might need an umbrella. So, guys, what I've been doing is I've been walking along this beach, giving you some sunrise kind of views. In the afternoon, sometimes I'm walking too, obviously not seeing sunrise, but I'm showing you the beautiful beach. This is Moreton Bay, guys. It's a very beautiful place in southeast Queensland. We're like 30 minutes from Brisbane. Most people know Brisbane. It's the capital of Queensland, not the capital of Australia. Capital of Australia is Canberra, which is kind of, it's a middle state near New South Wales. But a lot of people think Sydney is the capital because, everyone goes to Sydney when they come to Australia. But it's actually Canberra. Canberra is like the parliament, the pointy end, as in the parliament end, where all the bigwigs sit and squabble like girls, so to speak. It actually gives girls a bad name. But, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, enjoy the sunrise. Isn't that beautiful, guys? How's my jumping for joy? I can't really read the chat that great because it has got some raindrops on it. But welcome to my live. If you know me and you subscribe to me, hi, how you going? Say hello. If you're new, say hello. Tell me where you're watching from. It's always interesting to know where people are watching from. Guys, we might actually have to succumb and put our raincoat on, our umbrella on, up. But I'm going to take some photos first. So you just bear with me. You watch the sunrise a little bit. Did you think you were about to get wet there? Better save the phone. It's getting a bit wet actually. Hey Springtrap, how you going? Yep, it's 6:48 here. So we're in the same time zone. You're in Tassie, aren't you? How beautiful is this morning, Springtrap? I actually wasn't going to get up this morning because it was raining, but how happy am I that I got up out of bed and got to the beach to see that. Isn't that beautiful? Honestly. Obviously, I'm doing this 30k walk, and that's why I'm training on sand, right? But this is for mental health awareness that I'm doing this walk. The charity that I'm raising funds and awareness for is Beyond Blue. So in Australia, they do a lot of programs for people that are suffering from mental health. And I lost a friend I've actually lost a few friends, and I'm sure I'm not alone. A lot of us have lost family or friends through mental health and suicide. So I just think, on those days that, it looks cloudy and it's rainy and it looks impossible. But sometimes when you get out of bed, it can look completely different. Because honestly, that was my morning. It was raining and I wasn't going to come because I thought, okay, I don't want to, I don't want to get wet. I'm made out of paper. I'm precious, Even though, like, if I do this, when I'm doing this 30K walk, if it's raining, I have to walk. I still have to walk. So I still have to walk if it's raining or sunny or hailing. I'm sure they probably cancel if it was like really bad weather. But is there some kind of, there's some kind of story in that. Like, even on those days that you really don't feel like getting out of bed or there's a reason why you just feel horrible, sometimes if you force yourself or just don't think about it, just get out like I did this morning, and look what I was kind of gifted with. Hey Kathleen, how you going? Did you hear my little story that I just said then? I can't really see your chat right now because the sun is like completely going in my face. I've got an umbrella up and I think it's kind of overkill because now it's kind of okay. Maybe I need it, maybe I don't. Oh my God, look at the sun. It's so beautiful. Hey, look, I'm a bit cross-eyed here. Hi, Dora. I'm stopping in to say hi. I'm in the middle of videoing right now. Yeah, hey, mate, look, go back to your stuff, hey. But I just want to show you the sunrise, okay? How beautiful is that? It's just gorgeous. So I was just saying, I really didn't want to get out of bed this morning. It was raining, but I thought, nah, I've got to get out there. And look what I was gifted with. It might be raining a little bit, it's just spitting, but how beautiful is that? So the irony, is that the word, the right word? Is that, if you kind of put that in the face of mental health or when we're feeling a bit low, that sometimes if we just get out of our head a little bit, things can look different. And look, I'm no mental health expert. You're not watching this for mental health tips, so to speak. I'm no professional in that case, but I'm just sharing my experience. And that's why I'm doing this walk, because I believe that we should all share our experiences, because sharing is caring. And if my walk can motivate you to walk or get out of the house or even do a challenge like I'm doing, maybe you don't need to do 30K walk or 22 miles on sand. Maybe that's a little bit excessive, but you can do a 5 kilometre or like a 1 mile walk or something like that, or just reach out to some friends that you haven't reached out to for a while that are going through a hard time, because or that you don't know, like sometimes people they show on social media that they've got this perfect life, but really social media is only the highlights of our lives. We're not going to show our deep sorrows online. I mean, some of us do, but not always. So anyway, let's walk, guys. Now let me just show you how uncomfortable I'm looking right now. I've got a bucket in my hands, I've got an umbrella, and I think I don't need the umbrella. Though you can hear it spitting a little bit. Okay, let's keep it. So like I said before, I really can't balance this all, can I? Oh my goodness. Like I was saying when I first started the walk, I really can't be getting sick. So like if it was going to rain and I, got the flu or something, that would, obviously I have to stop training for a little bit. So I don't want those kind of risks. Hey birdies. So that's why I am carrying my umbrella, and I'm going to carry it and put it on and then put it down and put it up just in case. I've got a jacket on, got a scarf on, all overkill. But again, we don't want to get sick. We're not going to get sick. We're not going to get sick, guys. We are just working on our fitness, specifically our sand walking fitness, because I could be walking up there on the track here, but the walk that I'm doing is all in sand. So there's no use in, walking on a track for fitness right now. I need to be walking on sand. Hence why I'm taking you on for the ride. So I started this training 2 weeks ago. So some of you guys like Springtrap, Kathleen's Place, have joined me. There's quite a few of you guys that have joined me on this journey. And, it's been nice to kind of share some stories about mental health. And my friend Esther, the reason why I'm doing this walk is my friend Esther. And really, for anyone in the future that needs mental health, because I don't know where you live, but in Australia, and I'm sure this is the same in so many countries, there's not a lot of support. I mean, there's a lot of support, but there's not a lot of it, as in it's hard to access when you need it. So, who's to say in the future that something happens to me that I need to call someone and, talk to a professional. Do you know how hard it is to ring up and talk to a psychiatrist? It's impossible. Plus, it's very expensive. You might get a referral from your doctor, but there's like a 6-month wait. So there's other organisations like Beyond Blue, Lifeline here in Australia have a 24-hour hotline that you can pick up the phone and you're pretty much guaranteed to speak to someone. So in places around Australia that are hotspots for people, taking their own life, there are signs from Lifeline saying, you are loved. Please call me. Call this number. There's like the 1-800 number is around a lot. So I actually probably should put that in my description, some of the numbers, because those are like lifelines. And if my friend Esther had rang one of those numbers, I might not be doing this walk today. And that's, it's a sad. And that's just, the Lifeline's been around for a long time. My friend Esther lost her battle with mental health, I think it was 3 years ago now, it could even be 4. Time flies, unfortunately. But her memory's not gone. So, yeah. Thanks, Kathleen. Catch ya. Enjoy your video editing. So guys, this is a beautiful sunrise this morning. I can't believe how gorgeous it is. Gorgeous. I'm going to stop and take a photo. Honestly, guys, that's just beautiful. Okay, I think we can put the umbrella down now. So this could be a lot of up, down today. This morning, should I say. So now we can use this to carry our bucket. Now, what are we doing with the bucket? Well, picking up rubbish. We're not collecting it. We'll chuck it away. But we're also looking for sea glass. So when I see some sea glass, I'll show you, because many people that have been on the chat, I've told you about the sea glass. I want to do some kind of sea glass picture, painting, I don't know, some kind of art kind of thing, sculpture. So while I'm walking, I'm not getting distracted by the sunrise or the chat or just walking. I am actually trying to find sea glass down here. Sometimes you find heaps of it. Sometimes you don't. Loving this Monday morning. So I'm starting my Monday morning right. So last Monday I took you on my morning routine and then off to the beach. And guess what I did this morning? I did exactly the same. I did the oil pulling. I did my lemon drink with apple cider vinegar with my little potion of powder of turmeric and fennel and sea salt for our adrenaline. It was a stress hormone kind of thing. It helps with that. What else did I do? I had a green juice because, I'm extra. I think we all know that. But I get a green juice from the local health food shop. It's not a green juice, it's green powder. And I put it with water, shake it up and drink it. So I drink a fair few liquids before I even start walking. So yes, I probably need to do a pee stop somewhere along this track. So I'm not sure how many Ks I'm going to get in this morning. It all just depends on feel and vibe. I don't actually have to rush off this morning, which is good. So I might actually walk for a bit. So Sunday I didn't walk. That was my rest day. So, your body does actually have to rest. So like I said, I've been doing this for the last 2 weeks. Some days I'm doing it twice a day. So I'm doing it in the morning before I go to work. So I might only do about 3 Ks. So basically, I park where I park, which is about just there. I walk down here. I go to Lavender's Rock, which I'll show you in a second. I walk all the way around and I try to get to the other point there. So that's 5 Ks. Sometimes I do 2 laps. So on Saturday I had 2 laps. And it was about 10 Ks I did. No, I did about 9.5 Ks. Some days, so it just all depends. But it's more about just getting out and walking in the sand. I've probably got a good baseline fitness. I regularly walk about 7 to 8 Ks in the morning, 3 times a week. And then, sometimes do hiking on the weekend, which sometimes the hiking can be up to 30 Ks, funnily enough. But 30 Ks on sand is a completely different monster. Just going to say. I have done it before. But see, like the sand, this is quite flat here. But sometimes it can be quite, mushy. And when you're walking with a whole lot of other people, it's going to be really mushed up. So I'm kind of cheating by walking on the hard sand. I should be walking on the soft sand up there because that's the real reality of where I'm going to be walking. There's going to be I'm doing it in a team of 4 women. Some years we've done it with a team of 8. And there's many other organisations, many other groups that do it. So I reckon over 1,000 people do it. So this is Lavender Rock. I give it a little kick, a nice kick. Just signifies I've got to the end of the beach. See how you see? It looks like a love heart. So one of the people that subscribed to my channel, from a live actually, Lavender, said, "Hey, that's a love heart rock." I'm like, really? I had never noticed that because I always kind of go from this angle and go, kick, 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 and then keep on walking. But if you just kind of stand on top of it, you can see the love heart. Hey universe, how you going? Hablo español. Yo soy hablo español un poquito. And then we keep on walking. So this is Southeast Queensland in Australia, guys. If you're watching this from wherever you're watching this from. We've had someone on the chat from Tasmania. Springtrap was from Tasmania watching. And then we had Kathleen's Place, who was from Swatchwalk, I can't say that right, in Canada. So it's really nice to hear, to see different people and where they're from. So yeah, I always like to have a chat. Even if I don't know you, please say hello. So you can see there's someone swimming here. I don't know if you can see that. I have to put my things down. That's not a whale or a dolphin, that's someone swimming. There's a swimming group that go swimming here most mornings. It's just so beautiful. There's someone fishing there. Look at the glow from the sunrise. Honestly, when it's cloudy, it makes for a nice sunrise and sunset. So tonight might actually be really interesting to go look at the sunset. Some mornings I come down here and it's just straight, the sun rises out of the ocean, so to speak. It's pretty cool, but with no clouds. And that's just as striking, but sometimes when you see the clouds, because clouds are so different, like every day is a different day with clouds. Oh, we've got bush turkeys. I don't know if you can see that. There's some bush turkeys on the beach. You don't ever see, well, I've never seen bush turkeys on the beach before. They hang out in these trees up here, scratching away. But yeah, interesting. There must be something on the beach that they're foraging for. So Saturday afternoon, or was it Saturday morning? Saturday morning I did a walk and I took you guys on the live. And oh my gosh, I got a really good pelican. I showed you a really good pelican show. Basically like the wild pelicans, because you know, they're in the wild where animals should be. They were swimming and gliding along the water, and they were showing us like how they fly and they glide along so beautifully. The wingspan is so huge. So anyway, they normally hang out down this end. They're normally around fishermen. Go figure, hey? They're not stupid. They know that fishermen are fishing with bait and catch fish, so they're always checking them out, always hanging around, trying to get the leftover bait, and yeah. So back to morning routine. I'm not here to shove my morning routine down your morning routine, but we're doing this walk for mental health, right? Like, we want to talk about mental health awareness. This is also good for my mental health, like walking on the beach. Also talking about Esther. There was a couple of lives back where I was talking about Esther a little bit more, and I got vulnerable. I was crying and just remembering the moments and things. So it's real. She won't be forgotten. And if you've lost someone to mental health, they'll never be forgotten. But don't let their, life be, forgotten, as in like their story needs to be told. I know we can't do anything about it now, but if we can learn from it. Hey, seagulls. How beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, guys, look at that. I can't keep on walking backwards, okay, guys? I have to walk this way. So beautiful. So, morning routine, yeah. So, to keep me on the straight and narrow, if you follow me, if you subscribe to me, you know I'm a lot. I probably am like one of these ADHD people, undiagnosed, unmedicated, untapped. But, so how I kind of manage my life is if I have routines. Because if I have routines, things get done. And like repetition. Look at these guys, look at these birds. They're not your average seagully bird. I don't know if I can, I'll zoom in, I'll show you. Because they're really different. I've seen them a couple times down here now. It's like, are you guys lost? Are you from a different beach? A different country? I've never really seen these guys before. They're like different kind of seagulls. I don't think they're seagulls. Hey Matt, how you going? I think Kathleen's gone, Matt. But g'day Matt, how you going? Nice to see you. I've got to show you the sunrise, okay? Look at that. Oh, whoops. Look at that, Matt. That is your sunrise for tomorrow for you, okay? Because you're in Cheshire. Am I even saying that right, Matt? Cheshire? I just like saying it. Cheshire cat. Matt Lawson is from Cheshire in the UK. And that is the future, mate. The future's so bright, you need to wear shades. So I'm just looking at these guys going, you're interesting birds. They're not your normal seagull. I don't think they're seagulls. They're some kind of other bird. Is anyone a bird expert? Does anyone know what they are? You're looking into the future. That's right, Matt. And like I said, Matt, oops, I need to... The future's so bright, Matt, you need to wear shades, okay? That's how good your future is, Matt. All right, we'll keep on walking. So, Matt, I was just saying that it is now 7:11. It's 7:11 a.m. Get it? 7-Eleven? You have 7-Elevens in the UK, hey? I'm sure you do. 7-Elevens is everywhere. You have a welding mask. Okay, cool. Also, I was saying, Matt, that I wasn't actually, well, no, I wasn't. I was planning to get up this morning, obviously. It's Monday morning here, you know, you got to do it right. I did a meditation with Marie. So that's the meditation motivation with Marie. It's a channel that I've been talking about, that I do a free guided 10-minute meditation. So I did it last Monday morning, and wow, I did it this morning too. But you know what? It was a sunrise meditation, but the sun wasn't rising and it was raining and dark at my house. So I just did it anyway because I thought, you know what? Let's wish a nice sunrise into existence. And like, I really didn't have much hope because it was raining. But at the same time, I was going to have to get out of bed anyway because, you know, I'm doing this walk on sand and it could be raining that day. So I still have to walk even if it's raining. So rain or shine, get out there. Anyway, did the meditation. It was beautiful. Did my little morning routine. Got down to the beach about 6:37 a.m. And guess what? 6:38, we started seeing some clouds move and wow, we got a sunrise. And it was so beautiful before. Go back and have a look at the start of my live, Matt, and you'll see the sunrise. It was really nice. There was the clouds were quite low and it was so beautiful. The sky was so dramatic. So I don't know, there was some kind of irony in that, like even on the days that you don't really want to get out of bed or, you know, that just do it, get out, and you might be surprised to see a beautiful sunrise. Maybe not literally a beautiful sunrise, but you know what I'm saying, the day might surprise you. I think we've all been there, that we've had those days that we're like, oh, you know, I don't want to adult today, but, you know, you put your big pants on and you just go, right, let's do it. Easy said than done, I know, because, you know, some people are dealing with much heavier things than just your normal adulting. But I'm just speaking in, you know, just roundabout way. If that makes any sense, Matt. It's 22:12 where you are in Cheshire. Did you say I'm saying that right? Don't forget to like. It's free, people. Read the chat. Matt Launton said it. Where am I? This is southeast Queensland in Australia. This is a beach called Sutton's Beach in Redcliffe. So we're 30 minutes from Brisbane City. So this is called Sutton's Beach here. It's one of the main beaches in Redcliffe. But we're walking this way. So we're walking to the suburb of Margate. So Redcliffe's a peninsula. It's about, I reckon there's probably about 40,000 people, maybe even more people that live in this little peninsula. So to get onto the peninsula, it's kind of like a little island in ways. There's like a really long bridge to get over onto the island, so to speak. Or there's a part of the peninsula that's attached to the land, and you can go that way. So there's only two ways to get into the area, or three. You could go by boat if you wanted to. There's no ferry here to go to like Brisbane or anything. Oh, we've got someone doing yoga on the beach. That's lovely. I might not show you her doing like yoga because, you know, she's doing it in her own private place. She doesn't need to be on my YouTube video. So I'm just going to show you this way, okay, guys? You're watching from Pakistan. It's 2 a.m. Oh, well, welcome. And you should be in sleep, mate. What's going on? All right, I'm going backwards a bit because, you know, backwards walking is really good for you too. Hey, I am. Hey, Will I am. Sorry, you know, I don't mean any disrespect by saying Will I am. Hi, I am. How you going? I need to show you the sunrise because you love a sunrise. Look at that, mate. Beautiful Sunday morning here in Brisbane, so to speak. I'm not in Brisbane, but, you know, north of Brisbane. My mate, I am, is in Brisbane. You're probably working already, aren't you? So, a nice little distraction for you. There's a sunrise. Well, the sun has risen. Thought it was a water break. Water cooler break. Love to be your distraction, I am. So anyway, I'm going to keep on walking, guys. And I'm purposely not showing you the lady on the beach because she doesn't need to be in my life. I mean, she can be if she likes to be, but we don't need to show people. So guys, hope we're all feeling good. Well, I am, should I say. How's everything going with you, mate? If you're still there or you're still on your water break, how's everything going? I only met you last week and obviously I don't know you very well, but, you know, I know a little bit about you and I know last week was a bit of a crossroads for you. So just curious how things are going this week for you. It's the start of the week. Any movement in the universe for you? It'd be peaceful if I probably stopped talking, hey? Sometimes I'm walking along and I go, okay, I'll shut up talking now. I'll just walk and you guys can just, you know, take in the scenery. Because it is very, very beautiful. I definitely am very, very grateful from where I live. I do this thing every night. When I say thing, it's, you know, anyone can do it. So we have, you know, singing bowls. I'm sure you're probably familiar with singing bowls, right? The Tibetan singing bowls. And they're like a gong. You can gong them or you can, you know, they can play singing. Where you stir them around and they sing kind of thing. But what my partner and I do, we hit the gong a few times and then I'll say, you know, what I'm grateful for that day. And then he'll also say what he's grateful for that day. Well, we do a few gongs. And it's just a really nice way to end the day. And look, some people do it in the morning too. So and I know that some of you guys are in, you know, AMs and 10 PMs at night. So I just want to put it out there. What are you grateful for today or in this moment? You like the talking. Oh, thanks, Will I Am. I like your name, Will I Am. So I appreciate you jumping on the chat. You jumped on the chat last week and I was in a pretty low moment. Well, not say low, like I was, depressed, but like I was talking some deep stuff. And you just jumped on and, it was really nice to have someone actually hear what I was saying. So I appreciate that, I am. And Matt, you've been a great friend on this little journey too. Matt introduced me to a cool page the other day, actually. So I appreciate that. I love that. So if you've got any other pages that I should follow too or subscribe, let me know, Matt. Yeah, maybe not in the chat, but on a comment somewhere, like exactly what you did the other day about Katie's page. That was fun. I'll have to go back and check her page out. But her and, is it Pikachu? Pikachu were on one of my lives one morning. That was fun. Yeah, it was interesting. Hey Riley, how you going? Hey Dora, don't give up. Mate, I'm not giving up. Life is for living, and you know what? There's always going to be bumps in the road, but the sun always shines, mate. Or that's all I would say, that, there's always going to be bumps in the roads, or life is a roller coaster, man. It's full of ups and downs. Sometimes you're screaming, sometimes you're laughing, sometimes you're wetting your pants, because you're scared on that roller coaster. But then it's sometimes filled with so much happiness. It's just ups and downs, and I think we just got to ride it out. And I know sometimes for some it's quite heavy, and for some of us it might not be so heavy. But there's always a sunrise and there's always a sunset. And definitely sleep. Sleeping on things definitely helps me. But I want to go back to the gratefulness. Can people put in the chat what they're grateful for today in this moment? Matt, what are you grateful for today? I am, if you're still there, on your water break. I think you probably got to go, or you've gone. Or maybe he's listening in the background. Maybe he's just saying out loud or in his mind what he's grateful for, and that's okay. I just wouldn't mind everyone just to have a moment just to think about what they're grateful for. I'm grateful that, I have the ability to get up in the... Oh my gosh, guys, look at this. Holy crap. Oh my God, guys, look at all these birds. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of birds. I don't know what they were, but wowzers. The world incoming. Riley? Yes, that was so funny. How's that? I'm just thinking about saying, what am I grateful for? And suddenly, whooshka. That movie, Birds? Is it Alfred Hitchcock's Birds? I'm killing myself laughing here now. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. They're all kind of congregating up the top here. We might even get to see them again, guys. Jeez. There's actually quite a few people stopping to look at them now. Wowzers. There must be something in the water above here, because wowzers, they're all... I don't think I can zoom in very well for you guys to see this, but they are actually all... Oh, you can't see them. But they're in my sight. Wowzers. That's crazy. That was wild. I don't know, was that okay to watch for you guys? Because I just couldn't, I was just kind of stumped. I was like, what the hell? Like, what? That was crazy. That was a great life moment or live moment, or both. Both. Both, I reckon. That was awesome, guys. I'm kind of like, wow. Okay. Should we play Russian roulette and dive around that corner? We're going to get wet, aren't we? Are we precious? Do we care? I mean, they're only old shoes. I mean, if I timed it well, I could probably make it. See? I could have made that. I could have made that. Okay, then I would have got wet. But you watch now. No, wait. See, I could have made that. What did we reckon, guys? Take off the shoes. No, I'm not taking off my shoes, Matt. That's a lot of work. I'm lazy. I'm walking. That's enough. No, I mean, I can just go up here, guys. They took too much brain power to think about if I should or shouldn't. So instead of thinking, I'm just doing. And I'm choosing to do this instead. Yes, I'm a sook. Some days I do play Russian roulette and do it. So this is kind of like on top of the storm drain. So guys fish up here sometimes because it's overlooking the water. Oh, see, there's a rock here, guys. I don't know if whoever was watching the other day, we picked it up and it has a message there for us. Hope in God. So if you're religious, please take that message as hope in God. I wouldn't say that I'm overly religious, guys. I would say I'm more spiritual. On my trip to Samoa, so in May, I went to Samoa for 2 weeks for my birthday, and that was lovely. But Samoa is a very religious country. The Pacific Islands traditionally are not, they're Polynesian, so to speak, so they're not really, they're more spiritual, but yeah, Christianity wasn't really their thing. But a minister on a missionary boat dropped into Samoa. Now I know his name, but I just can't remember off the top of my head. I have a video on it actually, a live about it. But he came to Solomon Islands. He actually got shipwrecked actually, and the locals came in their canoes and yeah, saved him and all his, people on the boat. It wasn't far out. It was only, I don't know, a couple of 100 meters out. But I actually dived on on the shipwreck actually. It was pretty cool. But he ended up staying in Solomon Islands. He built some churches, and I actually visited one of his churches. So if that is at all interesting to you, go check out a live in my Solomon Islands playlist. And there's a live there called, it'll say something about a church. Just go check that out. It's about, the church was actually engulfed by lava. So there was a big lava explosion. Lava went everywhere and literally engulfed this church. And there's the ruins of the church is still there. You can walk around it and it's fantastic to see. But what I'm trying to say is, my story about Christianity is that Solomon Islands, Sundays and Saturdays, depending on what denomination you are, like there's a lot of Mormons in Solomon Islands, so Saturday is their day of rest. So if they own shops on a Saturday, they close those shops. On a Sunday, then you have the religious, the Catholics and the other denominations, they don't work those days and so the shops are closed. So pretty much the weekends in Solomon Islands, no, sorry, it's not Solomon Islands, Samoa. God, did I say Solomon Islands the whole time? I meant Samoa, guys, sorry, Samoa. So the weekends in Samoa, you've got to be careful. If you're staying at an accommodation, it might be hard to get food those days. So a lot of places, resorts have, obviously restaurants. But I was staying in a thing, they call it a fails. So see that little shelter there? Just think about that as a fail. It's open aired and, there's a camera crew there. It's open aired and basically they put a tarp around it so that if it's raining, on three sides, you'll get a bit, there's shelter. So I stayed in one of those and families own them. So they're on the beach, literally on the beach, on stilts, like a bungalow kind of thing, but they call them fails. And the locals hire them to have picnics, or they sleep in them. They got beds and stuff. There's no toilet, so there's a toilet outside to share with everyone else, and showers. But there'll be a communal place to eat, so they feed you. But anyway, my story is on Sundays that everyone goes to church. I don't traditionally go to church. I was baptised Lutheran, and my mum used to make us go to church when we were younger, but I don't choose to go to church now. I grew up next to a Catholic family, so sometimes I would go to church with them just for fun, and I would hear them say the rosary, so I kind of versed up with what they used to always. I could hear them say the rosary all the time. So anyway, our first day in Samoa, we saw this amazing church. Like, it blew me away, this church. It was so beautiful. And we walked in there to have a look at it, and they were about to have a service. So it was a Catholic church, so they have mass on, every day pretty much. So we stopped, and we actually sat there for about an hour and watched the service and participated. It was quite interesting, actually. Hey, Mandy, how you going? Sorry, I haven't been looking at the chat. I've just been having a chat. Is it your birthday, Mandy? If you're still there, Mandy, you're probably gone already. Happy birthday, Mandy. Another new friend that I met through Mel's run. Hello, how you going? Well, happy birthday. Here's a sunrise for you. Well, it's kind of nearly gone. Yeah, I think it's only you, Matt. But anyway, I know that some people listen to the rerun too, so it's not just only you, Matt. It's only whoever else is listening to this. So my point is that I ended up going to a church service, and then on the Sunday, we went to the local church with the family that we were staying with at their fails. And then the following Sunday, we thought, well, we're on a different island. Let's check out what they do. So yeah, we ended up going to, I think, 3 different services on our 2-week trip to Samoa. So here's Diego and I, when highly not very religious at all, and suddenly we've gone to 3 different church services. So when I was in Europe, because literally I came home for two days and I flew to Europe for a friend's wedding, I was walking past a church in Lyon. Lyon is a beautiful little town in France. It's a big town, actually. And I was staying on the outskirts in a place called Champagne-Ardeur. Very cool name, Champagne-Ardeur. And I was walking past the church and I went, oh my gosh, I can go to church. So it was I think it was a Catholic church too. So I stood in the back and listened to them do their service too. So in like a space of 3 weeks, I'd been to 4 services. So crazy. So as I said, I'm not against Christianity. I was baptized Christian. I believe there's a God, but I also believe there's a universe, there's a Buddha. I definitely believe there's, Allah. I mean, I know not everyone loves the Muslim religion. But you know what? The Muslim religion is the biggest religion in the world. And it has some beautiful practices. It's just unfortunately not every, but a lot of different churches or religions or faiths also have, the people that are very, what would we say that in a nice way? Fanatical? Fanatical. That's a word. They're fanatical. Hey, Riley, sorry. Have I been to Vancouver? No, I haven't been to Vancouver. Is that where you are, Riley? Matt, have you been to Vancouver? Thanks that I remind you of your grandma. That is very optimistic. I take that as a compliment, right? Is that the case? I'm going to take it as a compliment. I'm sure it's a compliment. You would never say anything nasty, would you? Oh, yeah, definitely not. Definitely not racist at all. I'm half Asian, guys. So I've had to put up with my share of racism myself. So I'm half Indonesian, half Australian, born in Australia. So in ways, I kind of, I never fitted in Australia as a young girl, as a little young girl or young teenager. Boys were mean, even girls were mean. I get called different names. I'm not going to repeat them. But it gave me some thick skin. And then when I used to go to Indonesia, I also stood out like dog balls there because literally I'm a head taller than most people. Because I'm not exactly, I don't think I'm that tall. I'm like 175 centimetres. I think I don't know what that is in the other way, 5'2" or something. I don't know, no idea. But, I'm not short. I'm much taller than my mum by at least a head and a half. My sister, she's also a little bit shorter than me. So I definitely got my height from my father. But yeah, nowhere near racism from me. I love the Muslim religion. So in Indonesia, I've actually got some videos in my lives of on top of my mum's house there at like 4:30 a.m. going on top of the roof and listening to the call of prayer. It is so beautiful. I can't tell you how beautiful the call to prayer is. And I know if people have travelled to like Turkey or the Middle East, you're familiar with the call to prayer. Oh, I guess I think someone in the chat was even from Pakistan. So, they're very familiar with the call to prayer. But for me, obviously, this is where I live, I live in the suburbs. Obviously, these are kind of nicer. These are more high rises on the beachfront here. But I live 5 minutes in the middle, in the suburbs. There's no call to prayer. We don't have a mosque nearby. There is a mosque, actually, probably about 15 minutes away from me. But obviously I don't hear the call to prayer. But it's such a beautiful sound. I don't know if you've ever heard it. Matt, have you ever heard the call to prayer? Have you been to like Turkey? Or have you been to Indonesia to hear the call to prayer? Or, any Islamic country to hear it? Like, I'd love to go to Mecca. I know it's crazy because Mecca is like when they do what do they call it? It's like a pilgrimage that as a Muslim person, they say that you should actually always go to, once in your life, you've got to go to Mecca. So obviously I'm not Muslim, but it fascinates me, the beauty of it, to be honest. Riley, Matt's my mate. He's not being racist at all. So I will block you if you're going to start, being nasty to people. You were actually really nice in the chat before, so please, if let's not talk about racism. So I'm going to make Matt a moderator. So if Matt, you feel like someone is being a bit nasty, you know what to do. Because I definitely don't stand for any racism. This is why I really can't stand that I can't even talk about, religions, because people take it the wrong way. But I think, Matt, you realised I wasn't taking, Matt, you weren't being, racist, and I wasn't being racist, so, and we're the only two people listening at the moment, so it really doesn't matter. And if someone's going to listen in the future, obviously they know that we weren't being racist. But how gorgeous is that now, guys? Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, I've got to take another photo. Oh, look, Matt, don't even worry about it. Just think next. Honestly, some people are, people. Just look at that sunrise and go, wow. It's just gorgeous. But Matt, have you ever actually heard the call to prayer yourself live? And look, I know in the UK there's a lot of Muslim people in the UK, so you probably have heard the call to prayer if you live or walked past a mosque. I don't know about Cheshire. Cheshire? I don't know why I keep on laughing when I say Cheshire. Sorry. Now I can't stop laughing. Okay, now I'm not doing very well with the sea glass today, guys. I'm being very distracted. But that's okay. It's okay to be distracted. It does sound funny, doesn't it? Sorry. Yeah. So, yeah. Now I can't stop laughing. Oh, my God. Okay. Control. Now I'm snorting. Anyway, Matt, what did you get up to today on Sunday? Did you do anything exciting on this Sunday in Cheshire? Did you go see the Cheshire cat? Is there a Cheshire cat in Cheshire? No, I'm being serious. What did you do today? Anything you want to share? Bye-bye, Riley. Gonk. Okay, we found our only bit of sea glass so far. Oh, I can hear a plane taking off. I don't think you guys can hear that, but there is a plane taking off and I can kind of see it. Oh, my phone's shaking around. But there is a plane taking off. So that direction is our international airport or domestic airport. And little Brisbane has actually got quite a few planes going out of it these days. We're only a little, we're not a big place. We're not a big touristy place like Sydney or Melbourne. But it's starting to see a lot of tourists. And Sundays, this place actually is quite busy these days. As you can imagine, it's quite a pretty little place. I think I don't know if you were on the live on Saturday afternoon, Matt. I think you were. It was packed on Saturday afternoon. There was lots of people here there was a beautiful, beautiful winter day. Man, look at that sun now, guys. I'm actually starting to be really hot. It's like overkill. I've got a scarf. I've got an umbrella. I've got a jacket on. And now I feel overkill. But anyway, we're going to keep on walking. Hey, Deborah. How you going, mate? So Deborah, actually I was going to ask you, what's happening in Texas at the moment? There's some whole lot of flooding. Are you okay in spring? And Matt, you cleared out some shed stuff? Getting bits ready to fix my car. Okay, cool. So Deborah, what do you mean hello, I found you. How are you? If you hit notifications, you'll always find me, just saying. Oh, look guys, we've got another bit of sea glass. It's a big chunk. So Deborah, the sunrise this morning was phenomenal. My gosh, look at that sky now. Now I'm scorching in my jacket and my scarf. And this morning it was even raining a little bit, so I had to bring my umbrella. So it's now 7:44 a.m. on a Monday morning here. So Deborah, can you tell me, I'm glad you're okay, but like what's actually happened? Was there that brought all the flooding? Was there like a hurricane or lots of rain? That's probably more rubbish. But we'll pick it up anyway, get it off the beach. Okay, there's quite a little collection here. I don't know what Deborah meant by that either. Or maybe it was just a friendly thing, like I found you. You know how sometimes you're like, oh, I found you, mate. Where have you been? Kind of thing. Maybe that's what she meant. But yeah, I just saw something on the news about or some thing on Facebook, I think, like they said pray for Texas, and I'm like, what's going on in Texas? I don't watch the news personally, so I didn't really know what was going on. But I did see there was some flooding, but I didn't really read too much into what was going on, why the flooding was. And I made a note, and I thought, oh, well, next time I see Deb, I'll ask Deborah what was going on. Okay, so lots of rain and poorly managed roads. Okay. So as the water started to subside, so Deborah, since you obviously were you scrolling lives, and then you recognised the beach and thought, oh yeah, it's Dora again. But so like for example, Matt, he actually suggested a channel from Alaska that does lives that I might be interested in, and it was actually really, really interesting. Can't remember her channel name. It was completely I did follow her, subscribe, so I will, and she has commented on some of my videos, so I am able to find her, because sometimes when people subscribe, they're private subscribers, so you can't actually see their channel to go the subscribe or you check out their channel. So but it was a fun channel to watch. She does some exercise on a stationary bike. It looks like she's in the woods, but I think she's kind of in suburbia, but in a little bit of property. Matt, you know a lot more, obviously, because you've been following her for a while. But she was saying sometimes moose come in her backyard, which is pretty wild. I guess it's like people say in Australia, like, oh, do you have kangaroos going in your backyard? And some people do, but you won't find kangaroos in my backyard. I'm too much in suburbia. But if I go visit a cemetery nearby my house where my dad's ashes are, I can see kangaroos quite often, actually. It actually brings, a sad moment to a nice moment. It's like bittersweet. I go see my dad's plaque, I guess. And then I see kangaroos around. It's kind of beautiful, actually. And then there was a live I did back in February where we actually had a cyclone hit this area, which is very uncommon for us. We don't have cyclones here in this area. They're normally the top of Australia. It is not like we have had cyclones here before, but they're very inconsistent, maybe even every 20 years or something. Anyway, we got a hurricane. I guess it's like a hurricane, but we call them cyclones. But when it was coming, we had a lot of wind, and I happened to be at the Sunshine Coast which is about an hour from where I live, north from here. And I was at the beach and I'm like, holy crap, there is actual kangaroos hopping along the beach. So I pulled out my camera like a good little YouTuber I am, turned on my live, wacky-doo, and I was doing a live showing the kangaroos. So if that interests you, there is a live buried in my lives. Actually, you're probably better off finding, if you look at my videos, my normal uploads, there is a video there. It's got a thumbnail with kangaroos on the beach. It's wild, very wild. Even this Australian, it's not normal to see kangaroos on the beach. It's very cool. I've seen it only once before in another location in New South Wales, but never in this location I was at. I was at Caloundra Beach. It's not a normal thing to see. So Matt, put her channel name in the chat so Deborah can check her out. And then Deborah, you can screenshot it or just like copy it and go straight and have a look at her channel. Oh, look at this. That's probably very new glass, but we'll keep that because look at the colour of that. That's really beautiful. I don't know if you can see that, but that's not your normal sea glass colour. Or Deborah, if you mean the kangaroos, yeah, go check out my uploads. I haven't done that many uploads in the last 3-4 months, so it's not that going to be hard that far to find. I've been doing more lives just because I've been travelling and stuff. And then I've been doing this crazy, you know, walking on sand challenge that I'm doing at the moment. So my walking on sand challenge is on the 18th of this month. So what are we at now? Are we the 6th? Is it the 6th? I don't actually know what day I know it's Monday. But is it the 6th or the 7th today, guys? I can't actually go look at my calendar because I'm on this live. I think I can go flick, but I'm not sure if it stops my live. It's just so inconvenient, you know. I'm on the live and I can't check my calendar. Oh, first world problems, you know. And then we have Mr. Pelican, guys. Oh, I feel I just always feel so overwhelmingly gracious and grateful. So we're going to put our little bucket down because we want to just check out Mr. Pelican because we are obsessed with wildlife and they are such beautiful animals. It does go with my pink one, Deb. I love that pink one that I got. Oh, really? Okay, don't worry about it, mate. It's all good. I'm not even going to read it. So if I don't read it, it didn't happen. And no one's caring about it. You got rid of him anyway, so. Look at the pelican instead. People like that are time wasters, mate, and they just waste our time. So don't even waste your time looking at the chat. It's not even worth it. It didn't upset me. I hope it didn't upset you. Okay, we'll keep on walking because he's walking that way. Or he's gliding that way, should I say. Deborah, what did you get up to today? Because it'll be Sunday night for you. Oh, no, actually not. It's, what, Sunday afternoon? Actually, what time would it be for you? Would it be like... Whoops, sorry. I've got to make that smaller. Would it be like... I don't know, what, 1 p.m. in the afternoon? Deborah? What are you up to today? What's on the agenda if you want to share? What's on my agenda today is I've actually got the day off today. And, ooh, guys, this is actually a really nice piece. It's an interesting shape, but it's quite thick. Look, I sound like I know what I'm like talking about. I'm like professional sea glass, you know, appraisalist, is that a word? I'm joking, right, guys? Hey, look at that. Can you see the speckles in it? That's actually really nice. I really like that. So, like, I had a suggestion that someone said that I could make a sea glass chime. That would be lovely as a chime. Can you imagine that? And dangling along, ding, ding, ding. That's gorgeous. Wait, let's put that in our bucket. I like that piece. That's my favourite piece this morning. Oh yeah, so today I've got the day off and I do actually have things to do work-wise. Like I actually have to do some invoicing and some lovely tax stuff. But I also have to catch up with my mum. My mum wants to take me out for lunch because of my birthday back in May, and I've seen her once since I've been back. So, you know, you've got to give your mum some love. My mum's 76 and she lives about an hour from where I live. So I don't regularly see her just because, yeah, it's just the distance and, yeah. So I'm going to make the effort to go see my mum today. We're going to meet up probably somewhere. So that's a beer bottle, guys. So I'm just getting that off the beach because, again, that's just junk. There's a beer bottle head, like the neck of it. So yeah, I'm going to go catch up with my mum for lunch. And because it's her shout, because it's my birthday, I'm going to actually... Have you guys tried... Are you a fan of Korean food? Love Korean food. There's a meal that I really like. They do it in a stone bowl. So they put the rice, like steamed rice, into this, like a steaming hot bowl, stone bowl, and it becomes crunchy. And then they put like a stir fry of like beef and vegetables in it. Oh, it's so tasty. And of course I'm half Asian, so I love chili. So you got to do a big dump of chili on it. I don't know the actual name of it. I think it starts with B. I'm not very good with the actual names of remembering them. But if you know Korean food, you probably know what I'm talking about. So we have turtles, frogs, snakes, and one beautiful crane that lives in the creek by my daughters. It's 4:55 here and I'm doing housework. Hey, Craig, how you going, mate? Craig, g'day, mate. How is it in Stanthorpe this morning? Freezing cold, I'm thinking. So guys in the chat, Farm Cow is a guy that I met on a live when I was doing, what was I doing? I was having a fire in the backyard actually with my partner Diego. And Diego and I were pretty much quarrelling over just anything. And Craig, which is Farm Cow, was having a good old giggle about it. And then he met my friend Jazz and we had a bit of a conversation, a bit of banter. It was great. Nice to meet you, Craig, again, hey? And it was good to see you last night on the Zoom, the live I was doing with the girls from the UK. And did you have a nice dinner last night? Because you went out for dinner with your family. So Craig, you've got in the chat, you've got Deborah. She's from Spring, Texas. Ooh, Deborah, if you're there, you'll like that piece. That is really nice, Deborah. And Matt is my mate. He's from Cheshire, like the Cheshire Cat. He's from the UK. Meet Craig, farm cow from Stanthorpe, which is in Queensland. He's about 2.5 hours from where I live. If I wanted to go stalk him, I'd have to drive 2.5 hours, just saying. And Stanthorpe is very cold. It's like a cold place. It doesn't traditionally snow there, but they do get flurries sometimes because it gets friggin' icy cold. What's the temperature like at the moment, Craig? Leave the link for Katie in the chat. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, put it in. Yeah, Deborah, isn't it a nice piece, eh? It's so funny. It's like feast or famine. The first part of my walk, I was not getting anything. Now look at me. I'm getting all these different colours, guys. Maybe, Deborah, you brought the luck for the colour wheel for my wind chime, my future wind chime, or whatever I'm going to do. Sorry, sometimes I'm not even showing you the sea glass. I'm just kind of picking it up. I'm not a professional video holder. So guys, this area here, it's quite beautiful. It's called Scott's Point. So there's barbecues up there and it's kind of a bit of a viewpoint. And then you've got this beautiful cove, which is kind of like secluded. So sometimes you can walk all the way down to the point. So I normally go to that point, walking back down to that point. Oh, look. I don't know if you can see that, but the pelican is now walking on the sand. I love pelicans walking. They're just like, goo, 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 goo. I'm going, goo, 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 goo. I don't know what that was. I crack myself up sometimes. So, yeah, this is a really nice little area. Scott's Point. So at the moment it's high tide, so we can't get through. And unfortunately, like most places around the world, rent is so disgustingly expensive that we have someone living in a tent on the beach here. Unfortunately, they'll get moved away. So we're not going to show you. I'm not going to go down there and shove cameras in anyone's faces. I probably shouldn't have even shown you that. So sorry, homeless people there, because they've got rights, man. It's not nice that they're having to live like that. Oh, that's weird. That's actually not glass. That is like, I don't know what that is, guys. It's a stone, I guess. But you know what I've never been able to do? Okay, I'm going to do something. Bear with me, guys. You know how you do the fling? I'm going to set it up. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can do it at this. I need you to go a bit of a height. Where can I set you up to have a bit of height? Okay, let me do this. That's my tripod. Okay, that could work. Flip you around. Hey guys. Oh shit. Whoops. Okay, that's not gonna work. What I'm trying to do. Okay, let's set you up down here. Okay, what I'm going to do is, you know how you fling rocks into the water and it like skims across? I'm shit at it, okay? But we're going to practice with this little guy. When I say practice, I've only got one shot, haven't I? I'm not exactly going to swim out and get it.